Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, people of the court. I stand here before the court as the appointed representative, but I speak for all of those on this side of the line that are being charged for stealing other people's identities. But it's our hope and our belief by the end of our plea, you will feel a lightness in your body, a new lingering energy, and a feeling underneath your skin of your shame and guilt being wiped away and made clean. I'm not referring to some sort of preordained, indoctrinated sin that exists in the pores of your skin from the moment of your birth. And hear us when we say that no matter what you are guilty of in this life, you were born as an imperfect perfection of innocence and beauty, just like Mother Earth. However, we admit that we have created a counterfeit version of ourselves and that it'll have consequences and repercussions far beyond judicial reach. But if, like us, you feel like you have lived or are living someone else's life by doing what was or is expected of you while pushing down all your wants, desires, and needs, then I want you to put your phone down, give us your full attention, and listen to our story. Let me start off by saying that although our actions were foolish, dangerous, and dishonest, they were never intended to hurt anyone. We did what the world expected of us and got tangled up in the web of lies coming from our past-filled minds stuck inside the shadows of the sun. And after the very first time you present your counterfeit dime to the world and it's valued, appreciated, validated, and unapologetically received, then something inside of you that is completely and totally human holds that version of you in the palm of its hands, unable to come clean. And then you end up the devoted husband, the superhero mom, the responsible teenager, the guy that gets things done, the tremendous athlete, the caretaker, the rule breaker, the fuck up, the one who doesn't take risks, the black sheep, the one we all love, the completely broken, the one that always lets you down, the loyal daughter, or the independent son. Are you now starting to see why it's impossible for anyone not to be guilty of stealing identities when every single one of us is just doing what is expected of us while locking away all the other parts of us that are crying out to be set free? Those parts that exist inside of you and me that want to be seen as so much more than being simply defined as only one thing or with preconceived ideas and judgments from the world before we even have a chance to speak. All of us and all of you out there who are sick and tired of playing a part in a play that you have written that won't allow you to step beyond the boundaries of who you present yourselves to be in your immediate reality, we must all see and take witness of the extreme danger in not realizing that any seed at any time can be planted and even under harsh conditions bust through the concrete of your beliefs. This is going to be so unpopular to say, but Ted Bundy was a child at one time before he sadly and unfortunately decided to selfishly take all of those lives. Now hear me out. I'm not saying what he did was okay, because his actions destroyed so many lives and he hurt so many people. But he also represented himself so unbelievably well when he was on trial that even the judge knew that this monster wasn't just a killer, but also had something else he could have possibly offered the world. I bring him up because to me he is the perfect example. Something caused this man to go beyond the line of just stealing someone else's identity to a person that literally took people's lives. And I just wish someone would have gotten him in time before he killed off something inside of himself and inside of all those lives he took that was created and took shape inside too much lonely space, inside boxes of guilt and shame. It makes me so sad to know and realize that there was another version of him just waiting inside that disappeared without a trace. And I promise you, the path that any of us chooses is just one of many possibilities. And I know it's hard to believe, but the door always swings both ways, even the one that separates the innocent and the guilty. Well, I'm here to wipe the slate clean for every single one of you out there who has been made out to believe that you can only and forever be defined by one moment in time for the rest of your life. Listen to all of us when we say that you should never be defined from the perspective of your past, and everyone should be given a chance to make a change at any point or time. It doesn't matter if it's your second, third, or 20th offense. If you are tired of being something you're not or pretending not to be something you are, then no matter what the situation is, every single person deserves a clean slate and a fresh smelling start. So if today you don't have the energy to be the superhero mom who can do anything and everything while never letting the world see you sweat, then get up on your kitchen table in front of your whole family and say, I'm not going to live up to these expectations anymore that you have all set. And we will be there to support you and solidify the fact that you have been trying to play this part without anyone being able to see through your disguise. But over time, all of us get to a point in time where we have to decide that we need and must have the freedom of space to live our own authentic lives. And if you're guilty of stealing multiple identities because you have set yourself up to try and reach an impossible projection of perfection, then know you are not alone. For each and every one of us have been secretly hoping all along to get caught in our lies because it's so exhausting trying to play multiple roles. And while under oath, we have one thing to say before you decide our fate. What will come of this world if we continue to put all of us into tiny black and white boxes with no space in between to breathe in any new possibility of becoming whoever we want to be? So we can all stop pretending that we are these phony, counterfeit, fake versions we seem to be, and that underneath, what we all want is to break free from the expectations of the world around us and let every single solitary part of us find its way out to be heard and seen. The good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly, for when we acknowledge these parts of our humanity, then we allow these things to come out of the shadows created by secrecy and shame. And then we can live in a more empathetic world that breaks down the walls of our differences and instead builds bridges of connection by seeing the world around us as our most intimate, private reflection of our combined, imperfect perfection. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I so appreciate it. Let's continue on this journey, the space between, for artists, dreamers, thinkers, philosophers, teachers, with the foundation of empathy, equality, and inclusion. Thank you guys so much for your time. Peace and love.